Hey everyone, welcome to the Fast Track, where we bring you bite-sized, powerful takeaways from the best podcasts out there. I'm Alice.
And I'm Brian. So today we've got a huge one. Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI, was on the 20-minute VC, and wow, he covered a lot. We're talking the future of AI, startup advice, scaling.
And even trillion-dollar predictions. I mean, Altman really didn't hold back.
Yeah, he went all in. So let's kick things off with the big question everyone's asking. Can AI keep advancing at this insane pace, or are we eventually going to hit a wall?
Right, so Altman's take is, yeah, he actually thinks scaling is going to keep going, at least for now. He sounded pretty optimistic. OpenAI is still on this super steep trajectory. He says the models will just keep getting smarter and way more powerful, but it's not all smooth sailing, right?
Exactly. Altman admitted they've hit some wild technical issues. He mentioned failed training runs where things just completely flopped, and times when the models behaved in ways no one, not even his team, fully understood.
Yeah, he literally said, we have no idea why some things happen. And this is coming from OpenAI, right? Like the AI experts. So yeah, even for them, this stuff can be super unpredictable.
It's actually kind of humbling to hear that, right? But, Altman's confident they'll figure it out as they go. He's all about keeping that trajectory steep.
Yeah, and that brings us to his advice for startups. This part was, I thought it was golden. Basically, he's warning that if you're just plugging little gaps in current AI, you might be in trouble. He said, if we do our job right, that won't be as important in the future.
Exactly. He's like, don't get steamrolled. If your whole product is just filling some temporary gap in today's models, OpenAI's next update might make your product, well, irrelevant.
Ouch. But, I mean, it's good advice.
For sure. So instead, he says, build things that get better as AI gets better. Think of big industries like healthcare, education, basically areas where AI could be truly transformative.
And that's where he sees AI creating trillions in value. Yeah, trillions.
Oh, yeah. And he pointed to healthcare and education as examples, saying these areas have massive potential. But he also touched on Masa Son's big prediction.
$9 trillion a year. That's what Masa Son thinks AI will generate in value. 9 trillion. It's crazy.
I know. And Altman didn't totally disagree. He doesn't know if it's going to be 1 or 9 trillion, but totally agrees AI is going to reshape the economy.
And that ties into how insanely expensive it's going to be to even play in the space. Larry Ellison recently said it'd take, $100 billion just to get started with foundation models?
$100 billion? Crazy.
Yeah. Saltman thinks that's a bit high, but didn't deny it'll take massive resources. He said, there's going to be a lot of money involved here.
Right. And that's where his transistor analogy comes in, which I thought was brilliant.
So good. Instead of comparing AI to the internet, he says it's more like transistors, this silent, invisible tech that powered nearly every modern advancement in tech.
Yes, transistors weren't flashy, but they became the backbone of everything. And Altman sees AI doing something similar, transforming industries, but almost invisibly.
Exactly. And I think it's so spot on because AI could end up embedded in everything we use. The impact might not always be obvious, but it'll be, massive.
Totally. And another area he's really focused on is accessibility. Altman's got this big vision for no-code AI tools where even non-tech founders could just build their own AI-driven apps.
Game changer.
Absolutely. He says we're not quite there yet, but we're heading in that direction. First, he thinks we'll see tools that make developers more productive, then eventually true no-code solutions.
And it fits with his concept of AI agents, not just bots, but agents that can handle complex multi-day projects autonomously, like real collaborators.
Yeah. He compares it to a super competent senior coworker, someone who just gets stuff done without you having to worry about them.
Right. And he joked about an AI agent calling 300 restaurants to find the best one. Funny, but also a little glimpse of what he thinks these agents could really do.
Wow, can you imagine? I also liked what he said about unlocking human potential.
Yeah, totally. He's really passionate about using AI to unlock human potential, especially for people in under-resourced areas. He wants AI to help people get closer to their full potential.
It's inspiring, honestly. He says so much human potential is wasted because people just don't have access to the right resources. And he hopes AI can help bridge that gap and give more people the chance to reach their potential.
It's a vision with heart for sure. But there are still a lot of hurdles. He mentioned some operational challenges like the semiconductor supply chain. He's concerned, but says it's not his top worry.
He called it his top 10% of worries, which is kind of funny. But yeah, chips are crucial. These models need a ridiculous amount of computing power, and right now, chips are hard to get.
He also mentioned open source AI. OpenAI won't fully open source everything, but he says they'll keep some models open. It's a balancing act between transparency and maintaining competitive advantage.
Makes sense. They've put so much into these models, and going fully open source would definitely give away some of that advantage.
And then there's his hiring philosophy. Keith Regois says hire under 30s, but Altman, he wants a mix. He believes in young talent for fresh ideas, but also values seasoned experts for the really complex stuff.
Yeah, it's talent over age for him. Especially when you're working on these super complex systems, you need both new perspectives and experienced hands.
And then finally, there's his focus on reasoning and multimodal capabilities as the next big thing. Altman thinks reasoning is the key to unlocking AI's real-world potential, especially as models start handling vision and language together.
That's the frontier right there. He believes reasoning is what'll make AI go from just impressive to true transformative.
So bottom line, Altman's vision is massive. He's building AI to be smarter, more accessible, and ultimately empowering for people worldwide.
And that's why this episode is a must-listen for anyone who cares about the future of AI. Whether you're a founder, developer, or just a tech fan, Altman's insights are essential. Go check it out.
All right, that's it for today's episode of The Fast Track. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Catch you next time.